ለመማር ወደ ትምህርት ተቋም መሄድ ግድ አይደለም። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
ራሳችሁን ከኮሮና ቫይረስ ወረርሽኝ እየጠበቃችሁ በቤታችሁ ወይም በተመቻችሁ ቦታ በኢንተርኔት አማካኝነት በኦንላይን ትምህርታችሁን መከታተል ትችላላችሁ።
ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ኢንስቲትዩት ኦፍ ኮመርሻል ማኔጅመንት ICM ጋር በመተባበር የሚሰጡ ትምህርቶችን ተከታትላችሁ በ6 ወር ጊዜ በዓለም አቀፍ ደረጃ ተቀባይነት ያለውን የስልጠና ማስረጃ ባለቤት መሆን ይቻላል።
ልምድ ባላቸው መምህራን እየተማራችሁ ጥያቄና መልስ የክፍል ስራዎች ፈተና መፈተን ክፍል ውስጥ እንዳላችሁት አይነት በኦንላይን ባላችሁበት ቦታ ከናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ
Okay, I am Balaino, instructor for this course, Emerging Technology or Introduction to Emerging Technology. So for today, we will discuss actually this content of this course. We will cover the next sections. So the first one is introducing emerging technology. What is emerging technology? Different evolution actually or historical evolution of technologies. Also we will cover in this one. Also different impacts of different revolutions. Also main aspects of each revolution also will be discussed in this chapter or chapter 1. Also we will see different evolutions like industrial revolution 1, industrial revolution 2 and 3, and each new technologies related with each revolution. Also we will discuss about the role of data actually in any technology, also in emerging technologies, why we need data. And also actually we will discuss difference between data and information. Actually also we will discuss in this class or in this chapter 1. Also enabling devices and network or programmable device. Actually what I mean by enabling device or enabling network, in general programmable device. Actually computer means electronic device or in general programmable device. That means there are two parts like hardware as well as software part. Okay, so each hardware needs software, or a computer means a computer hardware instructed by different set of instruction. Actually we call it computer programming. Okay, so we will see different programmable devices. Actually there are like a special purpose device or general purpose device. In case of special purpose device or computer, each computer only perform a single functionality, or it may used for solving a single problem. Okay, whereas general purpose device or general purpose computer, by changing only computer software, we can use a single computer for multiple purpose. Like for example, we can use your mobile phone for different purpose. Okay, for reading purpose, for gaming purpose, for calling, or for communicating using the text and so on. So when we change software, the software part, we can use a single computer for multiple purpose. We call it general purpose computer. Okay, so this programmable device means a device which needs what? A software. Actually when we see a computer is simply electronic device which have two major parts: computer hardware or touchable part of a computer, and computer software or a set of instruction which instructs the hardware. Okay, so in general computer is, we call it a programmable device. There are different programmable devices for different purpose. We will discuss this one in this chapter or chapter 1, okay? Enabling a device and the networks, or in general, programmable devices. Also, we will discuss about a list of some programmable devices, okay? Programmable device means a hardware which needs instruction or program. So, for example, we can see different, for example, thermometer. It needs a hardware as well as a software. A computer like a mobile phone needs also hardware and software. Also, we will see, for example, a speedometer. A speedometer is also a programmable device. Almost in general, computer means a programmable device, but we will see different programmable devices for different purpose. So this computer may be classified in different aspects. For example, we can classify a programmable device or a computer, in general a computer, by data processing mechanism, okay? When we see data in computer, there are two types of data, like analog data, which can be measured, like temperature, speed, and so on. Or we can see digital data, which represented by number directly, like number, audio, video, and so on. So when we see a data processing mechanism, a computer can be classified into two. That means digital data, a digital computer, and analog computer. And also there is a third type of computer, hybrid computer. That means it can be processed analog as well as digital data. So when we see hybrid computer, we need what? A translation mechanism, which translates digital data into analog, as well as analog data into digital. But when we see digital computer, only processes what? Digital data. That means we take digital data as input. After processing, also it produces what? Which process digital output. For example, we can consider a calculator, or it take a number or a digital number as input. Then after processing, it produces what? Also a number, yes. So it can be considered as a digital computer. What about a speedometer? When we consider a speedometer can be categorized under analog computer or hybrid computer. When we see input of this speedometer, it takes input what? A speed as input, yes? A speed is a type of what? A type of analog data, because it cannot be represented by number directly. So it can be measured. So a type of data which can be measured is called analog data, like speedometer and so on. Like speed, temperature, weight, and so on. So input of this input for a speedometer is a speed, so it is analog. So the input of this one is analog. When you see output, it may be digital or analog data. So if a given device which produces analog data by taking analog input, we call it analog computer. A computer which can take digital data as input and process or represent digital output, we call it digital computer. A computer which can take, for example, analog data and produce digital output, we call it hybrid. So we will see different types of programmable device in this chapter. The other one, also we will discuss about HMI or human-machine interaction. For example, actually, computer is electronic device which can understand only what? Machine language. Yes? Machine language means a language which can only understand 0 and 1. We call it machine language. Okay? So what about human? What about human? Human understand what? Different human language like English, Amharic, and so on. So we need what? We need interaction between human and computer. So we will see different applications of this human-machine interaction. For example, when we enter data into a computer, it is also an example of human-machine interaction. That means it needs input from what? From human being. So it takes input from human, then it processes or convert data into information by CPU or central processing unit. After that, it produces what? Output for end user. End user of this computer is a human being, mostly. So human to machine interaction means interaction between human and in this case actually computer. For example, by giving input and producing output. Actually, the main purpose of computer is what? Converting data into information. Data is input for a computer, and information is output from computer. So we will see this one and this one, okay, in this human to machine interaction part. And also we will see disciplines contributing to human computer interaction like mathematics, like algorithm, and different disciplines actually needed for this one, for human computer interaction. And also actually are different parts like artificial intelligence, AI, or image processing, or mathematics, and so on. So we will discuss different disciplines required for human to machine interaction, and this is the chapter. Also, we will see future trends in emerging technology, actually in 2019, 2020, and so on. Currently, actually, nowadays, we have actually now in fifth generation of computer. In fifth generation means human can interact with computer directly using what? Using machine language, using human language. As we discussed before, computer is a machine which understand only machine language, only, okay? What about human being? Human being understands what? Different human language like Amharic, English, and so on. So nowadays, different researchers working on interacting computer or machine with human being directly by human language. So, for example, by using artificial intelligence, okay, AI or artificial intelligence in different area like robotics and so on. Also by image processing, okay, in order to identify users. Nowadays, different phone may identify this user, okay, or a different computer may identify this user by image processing or face recognition and so on, or fingerprint and so on, okay. So in the future, there may have different technology aspects actually also have its own issues like employment and so on. It may reduce employment and so on. For example, when we see ATM machine may perform 724 per day or per week, but it have also its own disadvantage, like it may reduce employment and so on. So in chapter 1 also we will discuss different future emerging technologies in different areas or in different field of studies. Okay, so chapter 1 is about introduction about emerging technology. So the second chapter is actually data science. Actually, in this one, we will discuss about what mean by data, what mean by information. As we discussed before, information means processed data, or meaningful form of data is called information. So the main purpose of computer is converting data into information with high speed and high accuracy. Okay, high accuracy. So what I mean by data? Data means actually a raw fact. Okay, a raw fact or a detail about something. For example, when we consider a student may have different details like name, gender, ID number, department, and so on. All these are is simply a raw fact about object like a student. So we need to convert this data into information. Actually, information is needed to support what decision-making process. For example, when we by using student data, we need to extract number of female students in this section. Okay, number of female students. So in order to get this number of female students, we need what? We need raw data about the student. Then we can count or we can filter only female students from student data. So when we see this data means a raw fact or a detail about an object. Okay, an object. So different objects have different what? Different details, or different data have different detail. So what about information? Information means extracted data or meaningful part of data. So in order to convert data into information, we need what? Data processing mechanism. So there are actually two types of data processing mechanism. The first one, it may be manual data processing. Okay, manual means it need only pen and paper by using human brain. For example, we can count number of female students within a class manually. Yes, if we have what? Manual data. What about computer-based or electronic-based data processing? It needs a device called computer or electronic device. For example, counting female student using the computer, or counting number of female students within a class by different software is called computer-based data processing. Actually, each have its own advantage as well as disadvantage. For example, when we consider manual data processing, it has its own advantage. For example, no need of any electric power, for example. Yes. Also, security issues, computer security issues like virus, different hacking problems, and so on. So there is no such type of problem when we use this manual data processing mechanism. But the main disadvantage of this one or manual data processing is it is a speed and accuracy, a speed problem as well as accuracy problem. It may have different human-made errors when we use manual data processing. So in order to solve all problems related with this manual data processing, it introduces actually computer-based data processing, converting data into information using what? Using computer. So the main advantage of computer-based data processing is actually speed. We can extract information within fraction of second. So it is speed is actually advantage. Actually, the second one is also it is accuracy. Actually, we call it computer is 100% accurate machine, or it can produce 100% accurate information from data. But always we need to consider input problem and software problems. Okay, software problem. That means garbage in, garbage out. Okay. So when we select accurate input, a computer can produce 100% accurate information. Also, we need to select appropriate software for different information extraction. Okay, so in chapter 2, we'll discuss about data science. Also, we will discuss about what is the main difference between data and information. For example, data is a raw fact or detail about object. By itself, data is not meaningful. So we need to convert data into information. So information means extracted data or processed data or meaningful data which can support decision-making process. Okay. So in chapter 2, we'll see data. The other one also we will see data processing cycles, different cycles. For example, data cleaning, translation, and so on. We will see this one in chapter 2. Also, we will discuss about data type. Actually, data type means a storage requirement for each data. So, as we discussed before, computer is what? Computer is electronic device, yes? Only understand what? Machine language. Machine language have what? Only two symbols, 0 and 1. 0 and 1, okay? So, different data may need what? Different size of memory. So, to allocate a memory or a computer storage, first we need to identify a data type of each data. For example, like integer, like float, in order to store fraction numbers. Also, we can see a string data type in order to store number of characters. Also, we can consider char or character in order to store a single character as a data, and so on. So in chapter 2, we will discuss about data type. Data type means memory allocation for different data. That means different data may need different memory. Okay. So we will discuss different data types as well as data stored in different type and different data type like integer, floating data type, and so on. And also we will see different data type form and data analysis perspective. Actually, we will see different data type in data analytical perspective as well as computer programming perspectives. Okay, so we will see in this one, and also we will see data value chain or different phases of data processing like data acquisition, analysis, and so on, usage, storage, and so on. So we will see different value chains in this chapter or in chapter 2. And also we will see what big data. What mean by big data? Actually, big data means a very large data. It be difficult to process by single personal computer. Okay, so we need what? Different mechanisms in order to process this big data, because it is difficult to process or to extract information from big data. So we need to see different data processing for this big data or large data. Large data. For example, we can consider GIS data as a big data. For example, different XY coordinate of Addis Ababa. It is very large, okay? So we need what? We need a powerful computer or a computer which have high resources. Actually, computer resource means it's a CPU speed, and the second one it is RAM size or a storage, okay, a storage capacity. So we need a computer or a powerful computer in order to process this big data. Otherwise, we need different mechanisms like clustering mechanism or divide and conquer mechanism in order to process this big data, okay? Big data. So big data means very large data. It is difficult to process by using a single computer or a single personal computer, okay? So it may need different purpose. Actually, also it is difficult to process using simple application softwares. For example, let us assume if you have a very large Excel file or list of students, it is difficult to process using Microsoft Excel. Actually, Microsoft Excel may support some interval of data or number of rows, okay? So it may actually, the large data may be difficult to process by using simple application software and simple personal computers like this and so on. So it needs its own computer or high capacity computer. Sometimes it needs different mechanism. For example, clustering mechanism or divide and conquer mechanism and so on in order to process this very large data, okay? And also we'll see big data life cycles with adopt data processing mechanism, okay? So we will see this one in chapter 2. And in chapter 3, we will discuss about AI or artificial intelligence, okay? Artificial intelligence. What I mean by artificial intelligence? Actually, a combination of two words like artificial and intelligence. Artificial means human-made, okay? And intelligence means thinking ability. So, as we discussed before, a computer is electronic device, okay? Only understand the machine language. Machine language is a language which have only 0 and 1. What about human? Human also understand human language. So we need what? We need a translation mechanism. Actually, the first one or the first application of AI or artificial intelligence is human language processing. That means converting human language like English into machine language 0 and 1. So artificial intelligence means human-made what? Human-made intelligence or human-made thinking ability or creating human-made thinking ability of computer. Actually, what is the IQ of computer? IQ or intelligent quotient of computer is what? Or can a computer think? Computer ያስባል or IQ ስንት ነው? Intelligent quotient of computer ስንት ይመስላችኋል?
በትምህርት ከፍ ብሎ መብረር ይቻላል። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ከከፍተኛ ትምህርት አግባብነትና ጥራት ኤጀንሲ ሙሉ ዕውቅናን ባገኘንባቸው በማስተርስ ዲግሪ ኤምቢኤ በስትራቴጂክ ማኔጅመንት፣ ኤምቢኤ በባንኪንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ ኤምቢኤ በቢዝነስ ሊደርሺፕ፣ ኤምቢኤ በሪስክና ኢንሹራንስ፣ ኤምኤስሲ በኢንተርናሽናል ትሬድ እና ኢኮኖሚክስ ዘርፎች በእውቀት ለመቅረጽ የበቁ ፕሮፌሰሮቻችን አረንጓዴ መብራታቸውን አብርተዋል። በነገራችን ላይ በኬንያ ሀገር ከሚገኙ ስመጥር ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች በሚመጡ ፕሮፌሰሮች የትኩረት መስክ ትምህርቶቹ መሰጠታቸው ልዩ ያደርገናል። በምርጥ የትምህርት ስርዓት የተገነባው ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ በመጀመሪያ ዲግሪ በአቪዬሽን ማኔጅመንት፣ በሆቴል ማኔጅመንት፣ በአካውንቲንግና ፋይናንስ፣ በማርኬቲንግ ማኔጅመንት አስተማማኝ ትምህርት ይገቢውና ራስዎንና ሀገሮን ይለውጡ። አድራሻ 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።
ስንት ይመስላችኋል ኢንተለጀንት ኮሸንት ኦፍ ኮምፒውተር?
0.
0. That means a computer cannot think, yes? ስለዚህ ኮምፒውተር ምን ማድረግ አይችልም? A computer cannot think. So intelligent quotient of computer is 0, but artificial intelligence means creating a human-made intelligence or a human-made thinking ability for a computer, actually. But a computer is a machine which can convert input into output. So intelligent quotient of a computer is 0. So, but artificial intelligence is a discipline or a computer discipline to create human-made intelligence. For example, for what purpose? For what purpose? Interacting computer with human being using human language like Amharic. ወደፊት ለምሳሌ ልክ እንደ ፓስወርድ ምን ማድረግ ይቻላል ማለት ነው? በድምጽ ኦፕን ሲለው የሚከፈት ኮምፒውተር ሊኖር ይችላል ማለት ነው። by recognizing a voice or human language. And also for handwriting recognition. ለምሳሌ የባንክ ስንጠቀም ፊርማ እንፈርማለን ፊርማ። ስለዚህ ፊርማውን ምን ማድረግ ይችላል ኮምፒውተር ወደፊት? ሪኮግናይዝ ማለት ነው by using what? handwrite recognition የምንለው artificial intelligence, human made intelligence or creating actually this artificial intelligence have its own advantage and disadvantage. Mostly used for human language recognition, face recognition, and so. ለምሳሌ ፓስወርድ ከምንጠቀምባቸው አሁን ከረንትሊ ካሉት ፓስወርዶች አንደኛው ቴክስት ፓስወርድ ሊሆን ይችላል። ቴክስት ፓስወርድ the second one is what? Yes, face recognition. ለምሳሌ ስልካችሁ መልካችሁን ወይም ፊታችሁን ሪኮግናይዝ አድርጎ ምን ማድረግ ይከፍታል አይደል? ሶስተኛው ምን ሊሆን ይችላል? ፊንገርፕሪንት ሊሆን ይችላል ማለት ነው። ሶ እነዚህን ሁሉ ለመጠቀም ምን ያስፈልገናል? ኮምፒውተር ዲሲፕሊን ኮልድ አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ። ዛት ዋን አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ ለምንድን ነው የሚችለው? ፎር ሮቦቲክስ yes። ለሮቦቲክስም ምን ያስፈልገናል? አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንስ ያስፈልገናል ማለት ነው። ሶ ለነዚህ በሙሉ የሚያገለግለንን አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ ቻፕተር 3 ላይ እናያለን ማለት ነው። ሶ what is artificial intelligence? need for artificial intelligence ሌላ ለምን ሊያገለግል ይችላል? አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ ለምሳሌ ፌስ ሪኮግኒሽን አለ፣ ቮይስ ኦር ሂውማን ላንጉጅ ሪኮግኒሽን አለ። ለሌላ ለምን ሊያገለግል ይችላል? for example for security, okay, for security purpose ልንጠቀምበት እንችላለን and so በዚህ ቻፕተር ስለ አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ ልናይ እንችላለን ማለት ነው። is there any advantage of artificial intelligence? ምን አድቫንቴጅ ሊኖረው ይችላል? Actually, the main advantage of in general any computer application or software is reducing time and increasing what? Accuracy. For example, by using artificial intelligence, we can identify a user within a short period of time. For example, user of bank or user of different businesses, okay? ስለዚህ እሱን ልንጠቀምበት እንችላለን። ስለዚህ ዋናው አድቫንቴጁ reducing what? time requirement to perform different functionality and by increasing accuracy. ሌላስ ለምን ሊያገለግለን ይችላል? for example for medicine, yes, ለምሳሌ ሜዲሲን ላይ አሁን በጣም ብዙ ቦታ ላይ አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንስ ይጠቀማሉ። ባይ ዩዚንግ ኢሜጅ ፕሮሰሲንግ ለምሳሌ ሲቲ ስካን ኤንድ ሶን የምንላቸው ምንድን ነው የሚያደርጉት? ኢሜጅን ፕሮሰስ አድርገው ነው አውትፑቱን የሚያሳዩአችሁ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ለእነሱ ሁሉ ሊጠቅመን ይችላል። ሌላ ዲስአድቫንቴጅ ምን ሊኖረው ይችላል? ዲስአድቫንቴጅ ኦፍ አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንስ ምን ሊኖረው ይችላል? ወደፊት ምንን እየቀነሰ ነው የሚሄደው? ምን እየቀነሰ ይሄዳል? ኢምፕሎይመንቱን በጣም እየቀነሰ ይሄዳል ማለት ነው። ምክንያቱም ምንድነው? አብዛኞቹ ስራዎች ምን ይሆናሉ? አውቶሜት ይደረጋሉ። ፎር ኤግዛምፕል አውቶሜትድ ካሮች መጥተዋል። የስ አውቶኖመስ የሆኑ ካሮች መጥተዋል። አውቶኖመስ የሆኑ ምኖች ይኖራሉ፣ ፕሌኖች ይኖራሉ ማለት ነው፣ ወይም ሰው አልባ የምንላቸው። ስለዚህ እነሱ ምንን ይቀንሱታል? ምንን ይቀንሱታል? ኢምፕሎይመንትን ይቀንሱታል ማለት ነው። ሌላስ ዲፍረንት ፕሮብለም ክሬት ሊያደርጉ ይችላሉ። ቢኮዝ ኢንተለጀንት ኮሸንት ኦፍ ኤ ኮምፒውተር ኢዝ ዋት? ዚሮ። ኮምፒውተር ምን ማድረግ አይችልም ብለናል? አያስብም አይደል? ስለዚህ ከተሰጠው ውጭ ወይም ኒው ፊቸር ቢመጣ ምን ማድረግ አይችልም? ሪኮግናይዝ ማድረግ አይችልም ማለት ነው። ለምሳሌ አውቶኖመስ ካርን ብታዩ አውቶኖመስ ካር ከፊት ለፊቱ ከኋላ ከግራ ከቀኝ ሙሉ አውቶሜት ተደርጎለት ከላይ ቢመጣስ የሆነ ኦብጀክት ከቶፕ ቢወርቅ ምንድን ነው የሚያደርገው? ምን የሚያደርግ ይመስላችኋል? ስለዚህ ኢንፑቱ ካልተሰጠው በራሱ ምን ማድረግ አይችልም? ዲሳይድ ማድረግ አይችልም ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ እነዚህ ዲስአድቫንቴጆች አሉት የአርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ። ሌሎቹንም አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ ኮንሰፕቶች ቻፕተር 3 ላይ እናያለን ማለት ነው። ሂስትሪ ኦፍ አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ፣ ሌቭል ኦፍ አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንሲ ኤንድ ኦልሶ ታይፕስ ኦፍ artificial intelligence we will cover in chapter 3, and also how to map human thinking to artificial intelligence components theoretical part chapter 3 ላይ ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን ማለት ነው። and also different influences of artificial intelligence or application areas of artificial intelligence in this chapter. Also we'll cover in this chapter. Also we will see how to use big data. Okay, big data in chapter 2 ላይ ዲስከስ አድርገናል። big data እንዴት ነው አርቲፊሻል ኢንተለጀንስ ላይ መጠቀም የምንችለው? how to use a big data for different artificial intelligence applications. Also we will discuss about cloud computing. Actually cloud computing is a storage technology. Okay, ስቶሬጅ ቴክኖሎጂ አሁን አይታችሁ ከሆነ በጣም ስቶሬጅ ሪኳየርመንት ምን እየሆነ ነው ያለው? እየጨመረ ነው አይደል? ካስታወሳችሁ ለምሳሌ ፍላሽ ዲስክ 2 ጂቢ 1 ጂቢ ነበር። አሁን እስከ ስንት መጥቷል? 32 ጂቢ 64 ጂቢ 128 ጂቢ and so on. that means need of data storage is ስለዚህ ምን ሆኗል ማለት ነው? ዳታ ስቶሬጅ ሪኳየርመንታችን እየጨመረ ነው። ስለዚህ ይሄን ሶልቭ ለማድረግ ምን የሚባል ቴክኖሎጂ መጥቷል? ክላውድ ኮምፒውቲንግ ክላውድ ኮምፒውቲንግ or cloud storage. So we will discuss about cloud computing or cloud storage in this chapter, and also emergence of data science or big data in this chapter. And also we will see different applications of AI or artificial intelligence. And also we will discuss about AI tools and platforms for different purposes, tools or softwares in order to build different artificial intelligence softwares. And also we will see simple artificial intelligence applications. Okay, how to design or how to develop a simple AI application or artificial intelligence softwares and so on. So we will discuss all of this in this chapter or in chapter 3. The other one or in chapter 4 we will discuss about IoT or Internet of Things. What do you mean by Internet of Things or IoT? IoT means interconnecting all objects which are found in world using what? Using network, yes? Using network. For example, computer network እንላለን network. What mean by computer network? Computer network means interconnection between computers, okay, using different technology like wireless or wired technology, okay? What about IoT? IoT means interconnecting all objects or all smart objects using different communication technology like network. For example, እያንዳንዱን ሰው ምን ይደረጋል ማለት ነው ወደፊት ምን ይሆናል ኔትወርክ ይሆናል ማለት ነው ሰምታችሁ ከሆነ እያንዳንዱ ሰው ምን መሆን አለበት እየተባለ ነው በምን አይደንቲፋይ መደረግ አለበት በአይዲ yes አይዲ ይሄ አይዲ ምን ሊሆን ይችላል ኤሌክትሮኒክ ቺፕስ ሊሆን ይችላል ስለዚህ ኤሌክትሮኒክ ቺፕስ እያንዳንዱ ኦብጀክት ላይ ምን ይሆናል ይለጠፋል ስለዚህ በዛ ኦብጀክት ወይም በዚህ አይዲ አማካኝነት each and every object which are found in worldwide connected each other using what using computer network ስለዚህ ምን ሊሆን ይችላል እያንዳንዱ መኪና ኮኔክትድ ነው እያንዳንዱ ኮምፒውተር ኮኔክትድ ነው እያንዳንዱ ለምሳሌ ስልክ ወይም ፎን ኮኔክትድ ነው ወደፊት ደግሞ እያንዳንዱ ሰው ምን መሆን አለበት ተባለ ኮኔክትድ ለምሳሌ አሁን currently in this second ስንት ሰው እንዳለ በአለም ላይ ማወቅ ይቻላል difficult no yes it is very difficult but in the future we can know such type of information by using IoT or internet of things actually internet means largest network or interconnection between computers which are found worldwide yes worldwide በአለም ላይ የሚገኙ ኮምፒውተሮች ናቸው ምን ሆነው ኢንተርኮኔክቱ ነው ምንን የሰሩት ኢንተርኔት የምንለውን የፈጠሩት ማለት ነው ስለዚህ ወደፊት ደግሞ IoT የምንለው ወይ ኢንተርኔት ኦፍ ቲንግ የምንለው ነው ማለት ነው in the future ስለዚህ ኢንተርኔት ኦፍ ቲንግ የምንለው ምን ማለት ነው interconnecting all objects using different smart object using computer network ስለዚህ ወደፊት እያንዳንዱ ሰው እያንዳንዱ እንስሳት እያንዳንዱ ዲቫይስ ምን ይኖረዋል ማለት ነው ኤሌክትሮኒክ አይዲ ይኖረዋል by using that electronic ID we can interconnect each and every object worldwide ስለዚህ IoT ማለት እሱ ነው ማለት ነው ስለዚህ ለምን ሊጠቅመን ይችላል IoT ለምን ሊጠቅመን ይችላል for example for voting okay ለምርጫ ለምሳሌ ስንት ሰው መረጠ ለምሳሌ አንዳንዴ የመረጠው ሰው ካለው ሰው ሊበልጥ ይችላል yes ሌላስ ለምን ሊጠቅመን ይችላል IoT for statistics okay for statistics ዋናው ፕሮብለሙ ምን ይሆናል IoT disadvantage ምን ይመስላችኋል privacy yes privacy problem IoT ወደፊት ለምሳሌ እያንዳንዱ ሰው ኮኔክትድ ከሆነ ምን ይታወቃል ማለት ነው የት እንደዋለ በቀላሉ ምን ማድረግ ይቻላል አይደንቲፋይ ማድረግ ይቻላል ማለት ነው ስለዚህ the main problem with this IoT or internet of things is privacy problem ወደፊት privacy ይጋፋል ማለት ነው እያንዳንዱ ሰው ምን እንደሚሰራ የት እንደዋለ የት እንዳደረ ምን ማድረግ ስለሚቻል አይደንቲፋይ ማድረግ ስለሚቻል ስለዚህ ሌሎቹን አድቫንቴጅ እና ዲስአድቫንቴጆችን እዚሁ ላይ እናያለን ማለት ነው IoT or internet of so IoT means or internet of things means interconnecting smart objects using network means actual interconnection between two or more devices okay so we have discussed advantages and some disadvantages of IoT or internet of things also we will discuss in this chapter in chapter 4 architecture of IoT devices and networks required in order to create IoT or in order to design internet of things and also we will discuss about some tools and platforms or a software requirement for designing IoT applications, and so on. For example, IoT-based smart home የምንለው ሊሆን ይችላል, smart city or digital city, and so on. So smart home የምንለው ምንድነው ማለት ነው? እያንዳንዱ ስራ ምን የሆነ አውቶሜት የተደረገ. For example, location of television. ለምሳሌ የቤታችን ውስጥ ቁጭ የምንለው ወደ የት ዙረን ነው? ለምሳሌ ወደ ቴሌቪዥን ወዳለበት ነው አይደል? ቴሌቪዥን ወዳለበት. but ስማርት ሆም ከሆነ እናንተ ወደ ተቀመጣችሁበት ምኑ ይስተካከላል ማለት ነው? ቴሌቪዥኑ ይስተካከላል ማለት ነው ራሱ. because it is automated. ስለዚህ ስለ ዲፈረንት ስማርት ሆም ስማርት ሲቲ ዩቲዩብ ላይ ገብታችሁ ቪዲዮ ልታዩ ትችላላችሁ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ እነሱን ቻፕተር 4 ላይ ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን። the other one augmented reality የምንለው ነው. augmented reality means creating a real world environment or converting a real world environment into digital form. ስለዚህ ምንድነው የሚያስፈልገን ማለት ነው? እያንዳንዱ ሪል ኤንቫይሮንመንት ወደ ምን እንቀይረዋለን? ወደ ዲጂታል ፎርም. for example, we can consider Google Map ላይ አይታችሁ ከሆነ እያንዳንዱን ህንጻ ምን ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ? ማየት ትችላላችሁ in digital form. okay? ስለዚህ augmented reality የምንለው converting real world environment into digital form. Also have its own advantages and applications. okay? application. ስለዚህ ስለ augmented reality chapter 5 ላይ ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን ማለት ነው. different concepts, for example, AR in education, AR in medicine, AR in different for example in entertainment. Like for example, you can consider 3D films or animation films or 3D games and so on. So AR የምንለው ምን ማለት ነው ማለት ነው? creating digital form of what? real world environment. እያንዳንዱን መንገድ እያንዳንዱን ሰፈር ሊሆን ይችላል ዲጂታል በሆነ ፎርም ክሬት ማድረግ እንችላለን ማለት ነው by using this AR or augmented reality በምንለው ማለት ነው። ለዚህ ቻፕተር 5 ላይ እነሱን እናያለን. also we will discuss different applications. for example, አንደኛው አፕሊኬሽኑ ምንድነው? using Google Map ነው. for example, for direction or for different purpose or for navigation. okay? navigation. ለምሳሌ የተለያየ ሰፈር መሄድ ቢጠበቅባችሁ እዛ ሰፈር ለመሄድ ምንን መጠቀም እንችላለን? AR ቴክኖሎጂ መጠቀም እንችላለን ማለት ነው. because AR is a digital form of real world. ስለዚህ እነሱን አፕሊኬሽኖቹን እናያለን. for example, for education, for medicine, for entertainment, and so on. እነሱን ቻፕተር 5 ላይ ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን ማለት ነው. and ቻፕተር 6 ላይ ኤቲክስ ነው የምናየው. ethics in technology or in emerging technology. okay? or professional ethics የምንለው professional ethics. ለምሳሌ ምን አይነት ethical problem ሊኖሩ ይችላሉ? for example, when we see a mobile network for SMS or short message service, ምን problem ሊኖረው ይችላል? actually, when we consider this specific application, mobile network for SMS or short message service, it may use this actually store and forward mechanism. okay? It can store or a message sent from sender may store on different machine or on different computer. okay? So it may have what? privacy problem. ስለዚህ ያን የላካችሁትን ኤስኤምኤስ ሜሴጅ ምን ሊያደርግ ይችላል? ቴሌ ውስጥ የሚሰራ ሰው ወይ እነዛን ስቶር የተደረገባቸውን ዲቫይሶች ማግኘት የሚችል ሰው ምን ማድረግ ይችላል? ማየት ይችላል ማለት ነው። ማየት ይችላል። ስለዚህ ምን ያስፈልገዋል? Professionalities for emerging technology or in any field actually. So we will discuss different ethical aspects for this emerging technology or in information technology or information communication in general in computer science. ስለዚህ እነሱን እናያለን and different professional responsibilities, professional leadership principles, and so on. So ethical aspect in this chapter, accountability and trust. Actually, when we see this information technology, there are three major security problems. Okay, the first one we call it integrity problem. Integrity problem means when we transfer data from sender to receiver, it may be modified in the middle, okay, by different parties, by hacker or cracker, okay. So such type of problem is called what? Such type of problem is called modification problem or integrity problem. The second one, we call it what? Privacy problem. Privacy. That means when we transfer data from sender to receiver, someone may listen or may watch in the middle. So without what? Without modification. Without modification, data may be accessed by third person in the middle. So this one is called privacy problem. And the third one is called actually denial of service. That means when we transfer data from sender to receiver, it may be blocked at the middle, but it may be blocked, okay? ስለዚህ መሀል ላይ ምን ሊደረግ ይችላል? ብሎክ ሊደረግ ይችላል። we call this one denial of service የምንለው ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ሴኩሪቲን ስናነሳ ወይም ኮምፒውተር ሴኩሪቲን ስናነሳ ሶስት ኢሹዎች አሉ ማለት ነው። አንደኛው ምን ሊሆን ይችላል? እናንተ የላካችሁት ዳታ ሞዲፋይ ሊደረግ ይችላል። እናንተ ሳታውቁ አዘሚድር ሞዲፋይ ሊደረግ ይችላል። ሁለተኛውስ በሶስተኛ ሰው ምን ሊሆን ይችላል? ሊታይ ይችላል መሃል ላይ ማለት ነው። ሶስተኛውስ መሃል ላይ ምን ሊደረግ ይችላል? ብሎክ ሊደረግ ይችላል ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ እነዚህን ኢሹዎች ሶልቭ ለማድረግ አንደኛው ሜካኒዝም ምንድነው? ኤቲክስ ነው ማለት ነው። ኤቲክስ። ስለዚህ እሱንም ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን ቻፕተር 6 ላይ ዲፈረንት ኤቲካል አስፔክትስ ማለት ነው። ሶ ሴኩሪቲን ካየን ፎር ኤግዛምፕል ዲጂታል ፕራይቬሲ የምንለው አንደኛው ኢንፎርሜሽን ፕራይቬሲ ነው። ፕራይቬሲ ቅድም እንዳልኳቸው ከሴንደሩና ከሪሲቨር ውጭ ወይም ከተፈቀደለት ሰው ውጭ ምን ከሆነ ነው? አክሰስ ከተደረገ ማለት ነው። አክሰሲንግ ዳታ ኢን ዘ ሚድል without the knowledge of actually sender and receiver. ስለዚህ ይሄ አንደኛው ፕራይቬሲ የምንለው ነው። ኮሚኒኬሽን ፕራይቬሲ and also individual privacy ለምሳሌ አንድን ሰው ስልክ ብታገኙና ፓስወርዱን ክራክ አድርጋችሁ ዳታውን ብታዩ እሱ ምን ልንለው እንችላለን? ኢንዲቪጁዋል ፕራይቬሲ ሊሆን ይችላል ማለት ነው። ሶ እነዚህ ፕራይቬሲዎችን ሶልቭ የምናደርገውበት ሜካኒዝም አንደኛው ምንድነው? ሴኩሪቲ ሜካኒዝም ነው ማለት ነው። ኤቲካል ሊሆን ይችላል or by applying different technologies like creating a strong password, for example. Creating a strong password. Actually, a password የምንለው secure ላይሆን ይችላል. We need to create always what? A strong password, yes? A strong password. What mean by strong password? A strong password means a password which is longer, for example, more than 8 characters and contains different combination of character like number, like character. It may be small or capital character and special character like question mark and so on. የነዚህ ምን መያዝ አለበት? ኮምቢኔሽን መያዝ አለበት ማለት ነው። otherwise privacy or security problem ያጋጥመን ይችላል when we create a weak password. So always we need to consider a strong password, a password which is longer or more than 8 character and contains different combination of character like digit or number, small character, capital character, and special characters in computer keyboard. Okay, ስለዚህ እነሱን ያሟላ strong password create ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ. For example, when we consider ATM card password, is it strong? የኤቲኤም ፓስወርዳቸው አለ ኤቲኤም ካርድ ፓስወርድ ስትሮንግ ነው ማለት እንችላለን? ስትሮንግ አይደለም። ለምን? አንደኛ ሌንግዙ ስንት ነው? 4 ነው አይደል? 4 ዲጂት ስለሆነ 4 ዲጂት only numbers. Yes, only numbers. So by using a computer we can crack such type of password within less than 5 minutes. ለምን? ምክንያቱም ፓስወርዱ ከስንት እስከ ስንት ነው ሊሆን የሚችለው? 0000 up to 999. Yes, ስለዚህ ስንት ሆነ ማለት ነው? For the power of what? For the power of 10. Yes, because we have 10 different digits starting from 0 to 9. Yes, ስለዚህ ሌንግዙ ስንት ነው? 4 ነው። ስለዚህ ስንት ይሆናል ማለት ነው? for the power of 10 ይሆናል ማለት ነው ሙሉ ኮምቢኔሽኑ። ስለዚህ ይሄን ጀነሬት ለማድረግ to generate such type of password it may need less than 5 minutes by using a powerful computer. So ATM machine password by default ምን አይደለም ማለት ነው strong አይደለም። ስለዚህ ፓስወርድ ክሬት ስታደርጉ ምን መሆን አለበት? it should be what? strong password means a password which is what? longer ከ8 ካራክተር የበለጠ እና ምንን ያካተተ? at least 3 combination of characters ከነዚህ ከአራቱ number, small letter, capital letter and a special character like question mark, comma, dot የምንላቸው ከነዚህ ውስጥ ስንቱን መያዝ አለበት? ሶስቱን መያዝ አለበት ማለት ነው። ሶስቱን። ሌላኛውስ ምንን ማካተት የለባችሁም? ሶሻል ኢንፎርሜሽን አክቹአሊ ፓስወርድን ሃክ ከምናደርግበት ወይም ክራክ ከሚደረግበት ሜካኒዝም አንደኛው ሶሻል ኢንጂነሪንግ ነው። what mean by social engineering? by studying social information of user. Yes, social information. ለምሳሌ አንድ ተማሪ ምን ሶሻል ኢንፎርሜሽን ሊኖረው ይችላል? ስም አለው አይደል? ስም፣ አይዲ ነምበር አለው፣ በርዝ ዴት አለው፣ ፎን ነምበር አለው። እነዚህ ምን እንላቸዋለን? ሶሻል ኢንፎርሜሽን እንላቸዋለን አይደል? ሶሻል ኢንፎርሜሽን። እነዚህም ምን ማድረግ የለባችሁም? ፓስወርድ ማድረግ የለባችሁም ማለት ነው። ለምሳሌ ሶሻል ሚዲያ ላይ አሁን በጣም አስቸጋሪ የሆነው ሶሻል ሚዲያ ዩዘሮች ፓስወርዳቸውን ስልክ ቁጥር ነው የሚያደርጉት። ስልክ ቁጥራቸው ደግሞ ምንድነው? ሶሻል ኢንፎርሜሽን ነው አይደል? ስለዚህ እናንተን የሚያውቅ ሰው ስልካችሁ ምን ያደርጋል? ያውቀዋል። ስለዚህ ስልካችሁን፣ የልደት ቀን፣ ስም፣ እነዚህ ሶሻል ኢንፎርሜሽን የምንላቸው ምን መሆን የለባቸውም? ፓስወርድ መሆን የለባቸውም ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ አንደኛው የፕራይቬሲ ስትሮንግ ፕራይቬሲ እንዲኖራችሁ የምታደርጉበት መንገድ ምንድነው? creating a strong password ሊሆን ይችላል ማለት ነው። actually have also different technologies are building for different actually softwares like by installing antivirus, by creating a strong policy and so on. ስለዚህ እነዚህን ፕራይቬሲ ላይ ያሉ ኢሹዎችን ቻፕተር 6 ላይ እናያለን ማለት ነው። and also accountability and trustንም በዚህ እናያለን። threats and challenges ቀደም እንዳልኳችሁ ዋናው ቻሌንጅ ምንድነው? ሴኩሪቲ and ቀደም ሶስቱን ያልኳችሁ ማለት ነው። አንደኛው ዲኒያል ኦፍ ሰርቪስ ሊሆን ይችላል፣ ፕራይቬሲ ሊሆን ይችላል፣ or integrity problem ሊሆን ይችላል እነዚህ ኢንትሪቲዎች ሶልቭ ማድረግ ይኖርብናል ማለት ነው ስለዚህ እነዚህ ቻፕተር 6 ላይ ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን ማለት ነው the last chapter actually for this course is other emerging technology or future emerging technologies like nanotechnology discuss እናደርጋለን biotechnology and also blockchain technology ምን ላይ ነበር የሰማችሁት blockchain bitcoin ሲባል ሰምታችኋል አይደል bitcoin or digital coin yes digital coin or bitcoin የምንለው ማለት ነው bitcoin ስለዚህ blockchain የሚያገለግለን for digital coin ነው ማለት ነው actually and also cloud and computing ቀደም ለምንድን ነው ያልነው for storage purpose okay storage requirementታችን እየጨመረ ስለሆነ ስለዚህ እያንዳንዱ ሰው ብዙ ዳታ ስቶር ማድረግ የሚችል ኮምፒውተር መግዛት አይችልም for example ስለዚህ ምን ቴክኖሎጂ ክሬት አድርገዋል cloud computing የሚባል we can store data on a cloud computing and also quantum computing actually quantum and computing የምንለው ምን consider በማድረግ ነው speed of computer actually speed of computer is measured by gigahertz ስለዚህ 1 gigahertz 2 gigahertz ሊሆን ይችላል ላፕቶፓችሁ ለምሳሌ ስለዚህ ኳንተም የምንለው ግን በጣም ሃይ ስፒድ ያለው ኮምፒውተር ማለት ነው for different technologies ለምሳሌ ምን ሊሆን ይችላል ሰርጀሪ አውቶሜት እየተደረገ ነው ሜዲካል አፕሊኬሽን ኦፍ ኮምፒውተር አንደኛው ሰርጀሪ ነው ሰርጀሪ by using robot and so ስለዚህ የሮቦት በምንድነው ኮንትሮል የሚደረገው by using what ኮምፒውተር ኔትወርክ ስለዚህ ይሄን ዳታ or ቢግ ዳታን ፕሮሰስ ለማድረግ የሚጠቅመን አንደኛው ኮምፒውተር ኳንተም ኮምፒውተር የምንለው ነው ስለዚህ እነሱንም ቻፕተር 7 ላይ ዲስከስ እናደርጋቸዋለን ማለት ነው and also AC or autonomic computing የምንለው ነው ቻፕተር 7 ላይ ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን computer vision ለምንድን ነው የሚጠቅመን for image processing okay for example to identify user of different businesses okay ስለዚህ ኮምፒውተር ቪዥን የምንለው ነው ቻፕተር 6 ላይ ቻፕተር 7 ላይ ዲስከስ እናደርጋለን embedded system actually ስፔሻል ፐርፐስ ኮምፒውተሮች ናቸው አብዛኞቹ embedded system የምንላቸው embedded system that means ሶፍትዌሩ ምን ማድረግ አንችልም መቀያየር አንችልም ለአንድ ስራ ብቻ ቢውልድ የሚደረጉ ምኖች ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ ኮምፒውተሮች ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ ለምሳሌ ቴምፕሬቸር ሜጀር የሚደረግበትና አሁን ማሽን አይታችሁታል አይደል በኢንፍራሬድ የሚሰራው በኢንፍራሬድ ምንድነው የሚያደርገው ምኑን ነው የሚያነበው ዋየርለስ በሆነ ቴክኖሎጂ ምኑን ነው የሚያነበው ቴምፕሬቸር ነው አይደል ቴምፕሬቸር ስለዚህ ይሄ ሲስተም ምንድነው embedded ሲስተም ነው የምንለው embedded ነው ምክንያቱም ከቴምፕሬቸር ሜዠርመንቶች ሌላ ሊሰራልን ይችላል ሌላ ይሰራ ማለት ስለዚህ እሱ embedded system እንላቸዋለን most of embedded systems are actually a special purpose computer and also we will discuss about cyber security chapter 7 ላይ discuss እናደርጋለን actually how to increase security of different computers actually cyber security መቼ ነው የሚያስፈልገው ኮምፒውተሮቹ ምን ከሆኑ ነው ኔትወርክድ ካልሆኑስ ምን አያስፈልጋቸው cyber security ላያስፈልጋቸው ይችላል it may need different types of security but cyber security is a technology how to protect your computer or your networked computer from different security problems like from hacker cracker and so on ስለዚህ እነሱንም እናያለን the last one is additive manufacturing የምንለው for example 3D printing አሁን printing 3D printing መጥቷል አይደል print even ምን እየሰሩበት ነው አሁን building እየሰሩበት ነው by using what 3D printing ስለዚህ እነዚህ በሙሉ ምኖች ናቸው new emerging technologies in the future okay so we will discuss different technologies or emerging technologies in this chapter in this last chapter
ልዩነት መፍጠር ዓላማችን ነው ዓለም አቀፍ ተወዳዳሪ መሆን አለባችሁ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ጥራትና ደረጃውን የጠበቀ ስልጠና በመስጠት ብቁ ዜጋ ያፈራን ነው በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን በበረራ መስተንግዶ በቲኬቲንግና ሪዘርቬሽን በሆቴልና ቱሪዝም ሙያዎች አሰልጥነን ተወዳዳሪ እናደርጉታለን ኮሌጃችን ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ICM ጋር በመተባበር ዓለም አቀፍ ዕውቅና ያለው ስልጠና እየሰጠ ይገኛል በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን በበረራ መስተንግዶ የምንሰጣቸው ስልጠና ከኢትዮጵያ ሲቪል አቪዬሽን ባለስልጣን ሙሉ ዕውቅና አለው አድራሻ ከጎላጉል ታወር 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ህልሞን እውን ያድርጉ